Greetings everyone, this is Bill Gibbons Crypto Hunt and welcome to my channel. I hope you like the new intro. If you do, let me know. And if you don't, let me know, as this channel is for you as much as it is for me. Now for some months now I've been caught up with various domestic issues tied to my late wife's estate. As many of you know, the last 2 years have been pretty challenging for me, but I'm trying to see my way forward by focusing more on this channel. For some time now, many of you have suggested that I should start a Patreon account. Well, to tell you the truth, I don't really like accepting money from people unless I've done something productive to earn it, or have something to offer in return for the support. But having considered the possibility that a Patreon account can help to fund all our future cryptozoology expeditions, I have decided to bite the bullet and go for it. Having a Patreon account will allow me to conduct more field expeditions, purchase better equipment, and produce more and better quality videos for this channel. After all, this is now my main pursuit in life, and I really want to go all out to achieve something really significant that will move the world of cryptozoology forward in a positive way. And any success in this field that I am able to achieve will be your success also. So if you are at all interested, see my new Patreon information below. My PayPal information is also included if occasional support is something you would prefer to consider. Well, thank you all so much. And now, after many requests, here is my new presentation on the legendary Sachamama of the Amazon. The Sachamama, or Mother of the Earth, is a cryptid reported from the Peruvian Amazon. It is described as an enormous snake with a snail-like shell and even horns. It is also known as the Sachamama in other parts of the Amazon. But in reality, the latter may not be a giant snake at all, because according to the local people who claim to have seen it, this bizarre mystery creature vaguely resembles a snake with a shell. On the 14th of August 1997, the village of Nueva Tacna, near Iquitos in northern Peru, witnessed an incredible event. According to one eyewitness, local fisherman Maximo Inwokari heard a loud rumbling sound reverberate from a patch of jungle, as if something large and heavy was roaming through it. Inwokari, sitting in his boat on the Napo River nearby, began to paddle away, and as he did so, a monster emerged from the jungle onto the shore behind him, having uprooted many trees and gouged a 1,600-foot-long, 30-foot-wide trench during its noisy progression towards the river. According to the frightened fisherman, it resembled an enormous black cylinder and dived into the water, creating a huge whirlpool that submerged several boats. This is a trench allegedly made by a Sachamama. Big, isn't it? Another eyewitness, Louis Iluma, who had a better view of this bizarre beast, claimed that it had 2 tentacles like elephant trunks and 2 3-foot-long ears on its head, a muzzle, and a long black snake-like body bearing a shell-like structure in the middle of its back. But this is not an isolated record. Following the above incident, explorer and journalist Arnost Vasicek visited South America and spoke to several people during his preparation of a detailed account published in Blesk magazine on the 14th of November 1997. The eyewitnesses were adamant that the monster they observed was a Sachamama, described in old Peruvian Indian legends as a giant black snake with a large head bearing tentacles and a snail-like shell upon its back. According to the legends, this mysterious creature appears only very rarely and can remain dormant underwater for many years. When it awakes, it goes on the hunt and can suck prey into its mouth from quite a distance, but cannot pursue prey through the jungle because its progression is impeded by its large shell. So was the beast seen by Inukari and Iluma a Sachamama? Its description in legends was echoed during the 19th century by a missionary called Divernas, who claims to have shot one that measured over 45 feet long and 6 feet thick, while boating on the Pastaza River bordering Peru and Ecuador. Moreover, there are examples of ceramic pots and saucers from Peru's ancient Moke culture, dating back over 1,500 years and owned by the Casanelli Museum in northern Peru's Trujillo region. This is a pencil sketch by Dr. Carl Schuker of one of the creatures depicted on the pottery. If the description of the Sachamama or Yakomama is accurate, it is unlikely to be a snake, judging from its tentacles and shell. But could it be a giant species of slug? Slugs do possess head-borne tentacles, and some have an external shell on their backs, much like snails. However unlikely the existence of such a monstrous mollusk might be, something still created havoc near Nueva Tacna on the 14th of August 1997, as confirmed by local governor Jorge Chavez and various Peruvian journalists who flew over the area by helicopter shortly afterwards to survey the devastation. If it were not for its shell, the Sachamama is very reminiscent of another trench excavating mystery beast from South America, the Brazilian minhoco, which may well be a form of giant limbless amphibian called a Sicilian. Sicilians, which is Latin for blind ones, are a group of limbless, worm-shaped or serpentine amphibians. They mostly live hidden in soil or in stream beds, and can be found in South and Central America, Africa, and Southern Asia. Their bodies are dark-colored and cylindrical, and they feed mainly on worms. The skull is bullet-shaped and strongly built, with a two-part system of jaw muscles, as seen here in this photograph of a Sicilian skull. Here is a Sicilian eating bloodworms. All Sicilians have a pair of unique sensory tentacles located on either side of the head, as seen in this photo. They are probably used to enhance the creature's sensory capability, in addition to the normal sense of smell based in the nose. The lifespan of a Sicilian is unknown, but they range in size from 3.5 inches to 5 feet, far short of the 40-foot-long monsters that are reported by the inhabitants of the Peruvian Amazon. Imagine jaws like this on a Sicilian 40 or 50 feet long. Little wonder these monsters are greatly feared by the people. This is missionary John Mortimer, who has served in Peru for over 40 years. Here he interviews an old friend called Angel or Odhel, who grew up in the area. He is not only very familiar with the Sachamama, but was happy to give us his own first-hand account of the monster, kindly translated from Spanish into English by Mr. Mortimer.
That is a man that I have known for probably close to 28 years, and he has some very interesting stories about different things that he's seen and heard of up in the jungle. This type of snake does exist. He says that's not a very good picture of it, but this type of snake does exist.
Can you give me more information, how big it is, where it lives, and...
Puedes describir ¿Qué tan grande pudiera llegar y a dónde su hábitat, o sea, más o menos a dónde puede vivir?
Ellos habitan en la altura.
This here type particular variety lives in the high grounds.
El bajo hacia la altura, porque ellos para cazar los animales se van como escalan hacia la altura.
They live on on where the hills are, the what do you say, the higher ground, and they live down in the lower, and then they go up to eat their prey.
How big do they grow?
¿Qué tan grande crecen?
50 metros.
They can get up to like 50 meters. is what they
Meters?
say. Meters.
Okay, what color are they?
¿Qué color son?
Son oscuros.
They're dark color.
So they can blend with the foliage and their surroundings?
Do you want a story of one?
Yes, if you can, and if you can describe to me, has he seen one with the ear-like appendages?
¿Has visto uno o has oído uno que tenga como si tuviera orejas?
Sí, en el lugar donde terreno.
Yes. They have a piece of land up out of Yurimawas, and there's one that lives there that comes out and hunts. ¿Y quién es el que lo vio?
El vecino.
His neighbor seen it. They come up out of the water and they seen it. ¿Y cómo es su cabeza? Describe lo que
Dice
dice.
como el paiche.
He said it looked like a paiche head, the big fish, the paiche head, arapaima head.
Escamas y sus ojos grandes, las orejas grandes.
He had like big scales, had big eyes, and had ears.
Y es muy peligroso porque lo que allí había los animales que llamaban los ojos se han desaparecido para que le acabó comiendo.
And it's a very dangerous critter, very, very hungry, because there was a bunch of ronzoco, what we would call capivaras, and it ate everything. It ate all the capybaras caught.
Y entonces los vecinos tienen temor de ir al puerto del río Guayaga, en esa zona.
And it's it's in the backwater off of the Guayaga River. There's an island, and it's in the backside behind the island. And the neighbors all were afraid to go down to the river there because of this snake.
Y lo que aquel ser que casi 40 años me imagino que está muy grande.
And, you know, that's been many, many years ago, so I imagine that it's really big now.
So these giant snakes, they're called the Sachamama? Or?
Sachamama.
And what does that name mean in English? Does it have a different rendering?
Sacha is Quechua for looks like,
Okay,
and Mama is mother.
mother. Okay.
And the other one is Yaku Mama.
Yakumama.
Yaku is water, and Mama is mother.
Right.
So the water mother. There's basically two types of these giant snakes. One lives on land and burrows in underneath the ground, and the other one lives in the water.
Okay. Are they slow moving or can they move fast for their prey?
Cuando casean, son lentos o mueven rápidos.
O mueve rápido porque ellos, el animal casea a buena distancia.
They're very fast moving when they go to attack their prey. They have an attack radius, and anything gets within that attack zone, they can catch it.
Got it.
Sí, y aquel vecino tuvo temor. Él venga a cazar los ojos, vio los ojos que brilló y salió corriendo.
His neighbor that seen it was going out to hunt the ronzocos, and when he shined the light, he seen this big snakehead, and it scared him so bad he took off running.
Sí, tienen mucho temor porque sí, es algo temeroso, no es algo bonito verla, una fiera.
It's something that causes great fear because it's something you don't see all the time, and it causes great fear.
During a visit to a small wildlife menagerie just north of Iquitos, I took this photograph of some local information concerning the Sachamama. Here is the translation. Quote, "It is a huge boa that lives deep in the swamps of the Peruvian Amazon. Due to its large size, this animal cannot crawl slowly like a large boa. So after finding a good place, it rests its body and waits. Any animal or human that passes near her would not perceive her presence. In this way, the boa quickly catches the unfortunate that falls into her trap. So after finding a good place, it rests its body and waits. Any animal or human that passes near her would not perceive her presence. In this way, the boa quickly catches the unfortunate that falls into her trap." Unquote. The information here suggests that the Sachamama is no mere legend, but is a living creature, and a dangerous one at that. It is certainly far more dangerous than this boa that my son Andrew is holding. This footage was taken by a resident of a small town situated on the Madeira River in Brazil. A young boy claimed to have seen what could have been a very large Sachamama or Yakomama moving through the jungle towards the river.
Olha a porrada, gente. Olha só a caixa aí.
A caixa tá rodando aí.
Rapaz, o negro ia deixar a canoa do branco.
Eita, pra cá nós não. Olha aqui o tamanho.
Olha, neném.
Corre aqui, olha aqui, ó. Caramba, olha aqui o Pega. Olha o bode do eu.
Meu Jesus de Nazaré. Olha pro chão.
Ai, é pequeno. Vai também. O outro, o resto, ficou. Lá de lá na bobeira lá, vai deitando lá. Aquele lá é grande. Mas é todo. E é grande, o doido.
Presta atenção aqui nós.
Ah, era a vizinha que tá lá no meio.
Cada visibilidade.
Olha aí, ó. Neném.
Mas tá canete pequeno.
Tá, agora tá. Agora era grandão. Aí vai.
Peraí.
Calma, é. Não quer me dar mais apreciado que nada. Olha aqui, ó. Olha o tamanho.
Presta atenção a nós, Tony.
Parece que tá ainda em bobeira.
Presta atenção a nós, Tony.
Aí não tá baixo não. Aí não tá baixo não. Nem quem diga que ele tá baixo.
So the question is, was this disturbance caused by a monstrous burrowing monster of Amazonian legend, or mere soil erosion caused over time by a slow-flowing river? What do you think? The Amazon River is by far the world's largest river by volume, carrying more than 5 times the volume of the Congo River or 12 times that of the Mississippi. It drains an area nearly the size of the 48 contiguous United States and has over 1,100 tributaries, 17 of them which are longer than 1,000 miles. The river and its surrounding rainforest contains 1 in 10 known species on Earth, including 40,000 plant species, 3,000 freshwater fish species, and more than 370 types of reptiles. Over 2,000 new species of plants and vertebrates, including a monkey that purrs like a cat, have been described since 1999. So who knows what other discoveries await us? Perhaps the legendary Sachamama might be officially recognized sooner than we think. If funding is available, I intend to visit northern Peru again next year to participate in an expedition to explore a specific location deep in the Peruvian Amazon, accessible only by floatplane. And later this year, I will be filming a documentary on the legendary Ogopogo of Okanagan Lake, in the hope that we will capture the fabled serpent of the lake on film. I would like to extend my special thanks to my old friend, Dr. Carl P. N. Schuka, Doctor of Zoology, and undoubtedly the most brilliant mind in the world of cryptozoology today, who kindly allowed me to use his article on this subject matter as the basis for this presentation. His website information is below. Thank you again for watching, and I'll be back much sooner with another presentation. See you then.